Welcome to this Yin Yoga sequence. Find a comfortable, quiet spot and make sure you have all the things such as a strap, blocks, a big bolster or firm pillows would do as well, and a blanket available within reach from your yoga mat. Now find yourself in a seated position where you can sit comfortably with your back straight. You might sit cross-legged and you can pull the buttocks away so your sit bones are connected to the ground better. You can also have a half lotus position or just one foot in front of the other. You can also use blocks, that could also be books or big pillows, to support your knees so your inner thighs don't get stretched that much. Another option is to elevate your hips by either sitting on a blanket or sitting on one or both blocks. You just place those blocks right under your sit bones and then cross your feet in whatever way is comfortable for you. Like that, your hips can tilt a bit and it's easier for you to keep your spine straight, like so, with your knees higher up or further down. The only important thing is that sitting straight is comfortable for you. Now find whatever position is the best for your condition today, and then come to rest in your chosen seated position. Rub your hands together and place them in front of the heart. Close your eyes, inhale deeply through your nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale again and exhale and let go of any stress, any thoughts that you have had today. Keep breathing like so. Keep your eyes closed. And start to feel the connection to the ground. Start observing sounds around you. Maybe you can also hear your breath. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. And whenever your thoughts trail off, come back to your breath, your inhalation and your exhalation. Now place your hands on your knees, keeping your eyes closed, with your palms facing downwards if you want to feel more grounded, and your palms facing up if you want to feel inspired, connected to the universe. And now find your intention for your practice today. It can be to be more patient with yourself, to let go more, to be at peace, or anything that you can come up with, or simply a dedication to somebody else. When you have found your intention, grab hold of your knees, pull them together a little bit so your feet can detangle, and place the soles of your feet together in front of you. Hold your toes with your hands and start leaning forward with a straight back. You're leading from your heart, not from your head. And once you have reached your maximum, then start rounding your back. You can use a block or your hands to place your head onto there and rest. The block can be either high up or flat, whatever is the most comfortable for you. And when you have found the perfect position for you for today, come to stillness and come back to your breath. Through the nose, inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And with every exhalation, let go a little bit more. If you need to readjust, do so. If you can sink deeper into your pose, do so. You're more than halfway into the pose. Doing very well, almost there. And the next inhalation, slowly start lifting up with your head at last, round back. Hold your knees and press them together, helping them connect. And hug your knees in tight. Place your head onto your knees. Swing your back left and right a little bit gently, bringing back motion into your body. Stretching your spine in all directions. And if you're sitting on the mat like me, then you turn around so you can stretch out on your yoga mat. And stretch out your legs in front of you, feet together. Your knees might be bent a little bit. If your hamstrings are tight, that's fine. Pull away the muscles from your sitting bones so you can connect to the earth again. And stretch your legs as far as it is comfortable for you. And then start leaning forward with a straight back. It might not be very far, but just see how far you can go comfortably. Keep in mind you will stay in this pose for a little bit, so don't push it. And then once you have reached your maximum level of comfort, you can start letting your head sink down and rounding your back. You can again use a block or your fists as pillows for your forehead to rest the heaviness of your head on your hands. You can keep your toes together or let your feet flop apart and just observe how the stretch changes, how the sensation changes in your legs when you move your feet apart. Once you have reached your comfortable position, come back to your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Inhalation, lift your head up, exhale, and then inhale again. Slowly come up to sitting. You have your eyes closed or open, whichever you prefer. And then grab a rolled up blanket or a bolster or a pile of pillows and stack them under your back and lean back onto them so your chest and your heart opens. You can also use blocks if you prefer to increase the stretch. place it exactly in the middle between your shoulder blades. And the second block under your head, if you wish. Your arms can be along your sides, or you can open your shoulders up and place your palms facing towards the sky. On your next inhalation, bring your arms back next to your body if you had them above your head. And then press your elbows into the ground so you can lift up a little bit and remove the block, the blanket or the pillow from underneath you. Once you have done so, lie down on your mat and bend your right knee, place your right foot close to your hips and place the outside ankle of your left foot on your right knee. Now interlace your fingers behind your right knee with your left arm reaching through that hole that is created between your left and right leg. And then start to gently pull your right leg towards you, creating a stretch in your left hip. Your feet can stay relaxed. And if you wish, you can also press your left elbow into your left inner thigh to increase the stretch of your left hip. But that's up to you. And on your next inhalation, gently pull your knee a little bit closer and then let it go. Place both your feet close to your buttocks, knees are bent, and windshield wipe your knees from left to right with your arms stretched out on the side. So just release your hips, release your legs. And then readjust your hips. Just press into your feet, lift your hips up a little bit and roll your spine back down, flat on the ground. And then place the outside of your right ankle on your left knee. And pull your left knee close towards you, pressing your right elbow on the inside of your right leg, if you wish. And let go of your leg, place both your feet on the ground, and then grab your knees and draw circles with your legs, with your knees. Keep them together, just hold them with your hands and go clockwise. And then after a few rounds, change direction and go anti-clockwise to release your lower back, to release your legs. You can also go left and right. And then you hug your knees in and roll from left to right as a tight little ball, all safe and quiet. Now come to stillness in the center again. Let go of your left leg. Keep your right knee in and pull it close towards your right shoulder. So not directly to the center of your chest, but a little bit to the outside of your torso, towards your shoulder. All your muscles are relaxed. Only the heaviness of your arms pulls your knee closer to your body. hold your knee with one hand and with the other hand grab hold of the strap if you have a strap available, and adjust it so that it becomes a really long loop. So you slide your foot into the loop on one end and you hold it on the other end with your hands. Or you can also place the back of your head into the strap, so the heaviness of your head pulls your leg closer towards you. If you do not have a strap available, simply hold your leg behind your upper thigh or behind your knee to pull it closer to you as far as it is comfortable. On your next inhalation, grab hold of the strap if you have your head in there and release your head. And then hold on to the strap and let your right leg sink towards the right side while you're holding the strap. If you're without a strap, simply let your leg sink to the side while you're holding it with your hands. You can also have your knee bent if you prefer, and you can support your leg with a block if you wish. Once you have found your preferred position, come to rest and come back to your breath. If your leg is straight, simply bend it now, release the strap, and place the foot close to your hips. Readjust your body straight and then grab hold of the outside of your right knee with your left hand and pull it over and across your body to your left while stretching your right arm to the right side. You can turn your face towards the right or simply keep it towards the sky. twist. Push your right foot into the ground so you can readjust your hips, straighten out your back, stretch out your right leg, and then inhale and pull your left knee in. Grab hold of your left knee with your hands and pull it close towards your left shoulder. With one hand, let go of your knee. With your other hand, grab your strap and place your left foot into the loop of your strap and your head in the other end of the loop. You might have to readjust the length of the strap since our body parts are never even in terms of flexibility or strength. So you might need a longer or shorter strap on your left leg. If you don't have a strap, simply hold your leg behind your hamstrings or behind your knee. And inhale your hands towards the strap so you can release your head out, and then let your legs sink to the left while you're holding the strap with your left hand. If you're not using a strap, simply hold on to your leg with your left hand or let it sink to the side without you holding it. You can place a blocker under your knee if you wish. And now bend your knee if you had it straight, release the strap if you were using one. Push your foot into the ground to readjust your hips to the left a little bit, and then grab your left knee with your right hand and pull it over and across to the right side while turning your face to the left and stretching your left arm out towards the left side. And release your left knee, help it to come back up. Push into the mat to rearrange your back, and then place both your knees close to your chest and hug them in. Turn into a tight little ball or roll circles if you prefer. You can also do figure eights to release your lower back. Go in one direction and then go into the other direction. And then widen your knees a little bit. If you prefer, you can do that all the time, by the way, when you're hugging your knees in. And now grab the outside of your feet with your hands and stretch the soles of your feet to the sky while having your knees bent like a baby. It's called the happy baby pose. And now gently pull on one foot and then on the other, and you will create this swinging motion, swinging from left to right. And then let go of your feet and place your feet close to your hips onto the ground with your knees bent. Make sure the blocks or pillows are close, and then press your heels into the ground. And on an inhalation, start peeling your back off the ground, starting with your tailbone and your hips, lifting up really high. So you can push your hands into your hips and place your elbows as close together as possible under your body. If you wish, you can now use a block at the small of your back where the spine connects to your hips to keep your hips up without having to hold them. If you don't have a block, you can just keep your hands where they are on your hips, supporting them. next exhalation, press into your feet, press into your tippy toes so you can remove the block or your hands from under your hips. And then slowly sink your hips down and windshield wipe your knees from left to right and back a few times to release your back one more time, and then let your knees sink to one side and let them rest there for a little bit. You can turn your face to the other side or just towards the sky. On your next inhalation, let your knees follow your breath up and readjust your hips, then swing left and right if you wish. And on the last swing, come to rest on the other side with your knees on the ground and your face towards the other direction. Inhale your face back to center, your knees back up, press your feet into the mat, readjust your hips. Do circles with your knees if you wish, or figure eights in both directions. You can keep your knees close together or wider apart, whatever feels best for you in that moment. And hug your knees in one more time. Give yourself a huge, big hug, full of love. Hug so tight that your knees touch your nose. Lift your head up If you want to really touch your knees through your nose, and then place your feet back on the ground. Readjust your hips. Tilt your hip bones so you can roll your spine down and your tailbone touches last, making your spine as long as possible glued to your mat. Stretch out your right leg into the sky and then straighten it out onto the mat. Stretch your left out into the sky, straighten it out onto the mat. Have them at the corners of your mat so they are wider than hip distance apart. Interlace your fingers behind your head to pull it up and straighten your neck. Use that moment to grab a blanket and cover yourself if you wish, and then while holding your head, let it slowly sink back to the ground to elongate your spine. Now lift up your arms into the sky, reach them out of the sockets of your shoulders, and then let your right arm relax and your left arm relax along your sides, parallel to your legs. Now come into your final position, the final asana of your practice today, your Shavasana, your pose, your most important pose of your whole practice. Come to rest and let all the good stuff that you just did sink in. Let your body absorb and let your mind come to complete peace. Start moving your fingers and your toes. Start circling your wrists, circling your ankles. On an inhalation, if you wish, stretch your arms far above your head and stretch from your tippy toes up to your fingertips. Stretch every little cell of your body. And on the exhalation, bring your knees in, hug them in, and sink to your right side. Stay there for a moment. And when you're ready to get up, press the upper hand into the mat, stretch out your upper leg to give yourself some counterweight, and come back to sitting. However you would like to sit, with your legs crossed, with a pillow, with a block, or simply on your mat. Make yourself comfortable. Keep your eyes closed, hands on your knees. And inhale through your nose deeply. Exhale. Inhale. And place your hands together in front of your chest and start rubbing them. Place them close to your heart. Thank yourself for doing this practice. Thank yourself for having such a beautiful intention. And let us now close our practice with the universal sound of Om. You can sing with me or silently. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Inhale. May all beings always be healthy and happy. Namaste, and thank you so much for joining me in the practice today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Smile at strangers, drink a lot of water, eat well, rest well, and see you again soon.